Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Revealing Genius Transformation Statement Executive Roundtable. So happy that you are here. And I'm absolutely delighted to be welcoming a very special guest. Her name is Patricia DiVecchio. We're going to spend time today unpacking and creating and refining her transformation statement. So, also wanted to shout out, big thank you to Rebecca, who is behind the scenes and she's running our show today. And in just a minute, we're going to pop up a PowerPoint presentation and you'll also meet Patricia. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Let us know where you're watching from, what part of the world. We have Barb from Cleveland. Great to have you here. Andrew from Orlando. Welcome, welcome, Andrew. Always great to see you. And as folks are joining the live session, we are dropping into the chat where you are dialing in from today. And then we'll get started in just a couple of minutes. Peter from Palm Springs, California, welcome. Glad you are here. And I see we have a couple more folks joining in the waiting room. Travis from Weatherford, Texas. Welcome. Tara's in cold New Hampshire today. Amy Ferguson from Highland Park, Illinois. JP from Tampa. And we know Tara from the greater Boston, Massachusetts area. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining. We're going to pull the slides up. We have a lot to cover today, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We do these transformation statements often with our existing clients, but we've never done one live. So today is a first for Revealing Genius. So we're going to give you a sneak preview and take you behind the scenes on how we co-create. And I am honored to be your facilitator. I've been in the branding business for over 30 years as a CEO, a chief marketing officer. I sold my first company when I was 32. And just before COVID hit, I started to parlay the corporate branding tenets that worked really well to executive personal branding. And net is I have a burning desire to ensure that your message is clear and concise and compelling so that you have impact. And if you take only one thing away from this hour that we're spending together, let it be this. It is hashtag messaging matters. Before we introduce our guest, she is in the studio and we will bring her on in just a few minutes. Just a little bit of context. What is a transformation statement? It is a single sentence. It's your core message. It clarifies your audience. It establishes at what you are the best in the world, and it encapsulates the promise of a shift your audience can expect. And it's been called a 30-second commercial. It's been called an elevator pitch. It's been called a positioning statement. It is not a mission or a vision statement. It is the essence of your brand. And that's why messaging matters, is we want to capture the essence. Why does every leader on this call need a transformation statement? Let's let the data show us the way. Get this, Google user experience research says that mobile phone consumers will move on to another site if they don't connect in 2 seconds or less. And here's the other part of the research. If you read the 28-page research report, what you'll find is that of those who leave, 48% of them will not give you a second look. And also, Capgemini says that 82% of buyers, users, your audience, will make a decision based on emotion. So this transformation statement needs to have an emotive connection. How do you use one? So once you have it, what do you do with it? We've had clients use it on their resume or CV to prepare for a mission critical interview, as an intro for speaking, as a headline on a website homepage across all marketing materials, and even as a networking script. And what they use it for is to answer the proverbial question. So, what do you do? But most importantly, why do you do it? And that's why messaging matters. There is a formula for the transformation statement. We're going to share it with you today. It goes like this: I, action word, my beloved avatar, which is your target audience, how to do what the audience wants to accomplish most so that they can have a result, a change, a shift, or a transformation. We want your transformation statement to be clear, because when it is clear, you have confidence. And when you have confidence, you have conviction. And when you have conviction, you have impact. And that is the best, because when you have impact, you find fulfillment. And that is the game. There, there is no other game. So let's get clear. Yes, messaging matters. So we invite everyone on this call to witness this facilitation, participate with us, and perhaps even try on your transformation statement after we co create together. Here's how it works. It is highly interactive, this roundtable process. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. The way it works is we'll do an intro of our guest, and then she will provide a brief overview of the key messages that she wants to send and the feedback that she's looking for. Then you, as roundtable participants, will take a look at that transformation statement. We'll offer some prompts, and then together, we're going to unpack each segment of the transformation statement. So we ask you to please provide suggestions via the chat. This is live facilitated, and our guest is going to leave with a very compelling, refined transformation statement. I'm really excited for her. If you would like to follow along, there is a worksheet. And thank you, Rebecca, who is running the studio behind the scenes. She is going to drop that worksheet into the chat. You can go ahead and download it. What you'll find on it is an introduction, the formula, the prompts, an example, and ways that you can connect with us if you would like to go deeper. But we want you to have this worksheet because the formula is attached, and that's what we'll be using today. So before we introduce our special guest, would love to share with you a success story. This is Laura Burnside, one of our longtime clients. She's an executive coach, and she is a partner in CSE leadership. She's one of the top 50 health system chief experience officers in the United States, according to Becker's Healthcare, and just an extraordinary human being. And when she came to us, her before transformation statement read like this: I help healthcare professionals feel supported, valued, and honored so that they continue to share their brilliant minds and continue to save lives. It sounds wonderful, but what she was telling us was it wasn't getting her traction. Now, if you looked at the after, which we co-created with a group just like this, you'll see some shifts. For example, the action word before was help, and the action word after was equip, much more crisp. The target audience, the beloved avatar before was healthcare professionals. The beloved avatar after was physicians. That's where she wanted to have the most impact. That's where she's had the most impact. And that's who she wanted to spend her time with. And then when we started to dig into what do physicians want the most? Yes, they want to feel supported, valued, and honored, but what they really wanted was tools. Like, how on earth can I practice empathic communication? Because Laura was dealing with a lot of burnout. And the transformation that they were seeking was energy. They didn't want to quit. They wanted to feel re-energized. They wanted to practice medicine for the reasons that they went to medical school, so they could experience life-changing moments. So you'll see the difference. It's definitely a transformation of the transformation statement before and after. And that's what we're going to do today with our special guest. And that's what we also wish for you. So I am super excited to introduce you to the great Patricia DiVecchio. She is the founding CEO of International Purpose. You can find her online at internationalpurpose.com. And she hosts purposeful business circles, she calls them PBCs, around the world, Afghanistan, Nigeria, Egypt, in the US as well. And she works with socially responsible businesses to help their business owners think in a new paradigm. She's very global minded. She speaks at international conferences. And ladies and gentlemen, more people need to know about the great work of her life. And we're going to help her be able to communicate that today. So I'm very grateful for everyone that is on the call. I see Cindy has joined from Tampa. Jordan has joined from Miami and New York City. And we have Patricia DiVecchio on the call. Welcome, Patricia. How are you? Tell us a little bit about you and what key messages are you looking to send? How what ideal feedback can we give to you? This is a safe space, and we have you have a
Right.
lot of support.
Thank you, Mary. That's the first thing I want to say. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for supporting me in this effort. I'm a little nervous about it, but I'm sure, I'm going to end up, Mary said, I'm going to end up with a transformation statement that is going to blow me over. And I'm sure I will. And as we do this, you want to be thinking about your own transformation statement. So I'm looking forward to going forward, Mary.
Excellent. Wonderful. Okay. So Rebecca's going to put the slides back up on the screen again. And what we're going to do is we're going to share some prompts with the folks that are on the call. And so what we invite folks on the call to do is have a look at the transformation statement as it stands now, and then take a look at the prompts. Does the action word make sense? Partner.
Mm.
Can I form a clear picture in my mind's eye of the beloved avatar, which is target audience? Is what the audience wants to accomplish crystal clear? Is the promise of a transformation specific? And overall, does the statement create an emotive response? That's what we
Mm.
are going for. So have a look at those prompts. And folks on the call should also have a worksheet in their hands as we speak. And what we're going to do now is we are going to go ahead and co-create. And the way that we are going to co-create is we're going to have folks jump into the chat. And we invite you to ask questions. We invite you to drop as many suggestions as possible. And what we're going to do is just start to unpack each piece of the transformation statement until we get an iteration that could be very different from the one that you're seeing right now. So let's begin, ladies and gentlemen. What do we think of the action word? Or do you have any questions? Go ahead and light up the chat. I'm going to go ahead and get it started here. And Tara's saying, do we want to use we or I? For the purposes of this call, it's a great point, Tara. For the purposes of this call, we're going to start with I. And this is for Patricia when the next time she's in London and she is meeting with NGOs and someone says, so Patricia, what do you do and why? What's the great work of your life? This is how she's going to answer. I, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Great question. And it looks like there's a 15-second delay for the audience using the restream. So we will wait. Question for you, Patricia. Is it small business owners that you work with? Or is it governments? Is it NGOs? Andrew is asking the same question in terms of your avatar. It seems like partner is the thing you do. Excellent. But to do what? Thank you, Andrew. So what are your thoughts there, Patricia?
Say that again, Mary, please. What was the question?
Sure. Yeah. It sounds like partner might be the right word,
Mm-hmm.
although Peter's saying it might not be specific
Mm-hmm.
enough.
Right.
So we want to condense it down into something that's far more concise. So we'll start with partner. Maybe there's
Mm-hmm.
something else.
And I'd say
And the
my
question,
audience, Mary, is I know you and I talked yesterday a little bit about the word small business owners. And really, my audience is both solo entrepreneurs, consultants, and international development organizations. So, solo entrepreneurs, consultants, and international development organizations.
okay. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with
Yep, I like
gas. So, and I think the question that we have on the table is Andrew is asking, so what do they want the most?
Good question.
And this is at what you are best in the world
What do they
too.
want the most? Uh,
Yes.
and
And or at what are you the best in the world?
I'm at the best. I'm at the best in the world at helping people determine their purpose and their vision for the future and how to go about actualizing that. So their purpose, vision of the future, actualizing that. We do a lot with
Now we're cooking
Maslow's
with gas.
hierarchy of needs.
Excellent. There is a really good question in the chat from Tara, and I think you are the best person on the planet to answer the question. What does socially responsible business mean?
Right. Yeah. Thanks, Tara, for that question. To me, anyone who's doing good in the world, anyone that has a business that's impacting people in a healthy, productive, positive outcome in the world. So it's not for people who are making widgets. Uh, don't do a lot of work with retail, to be honest. Do a lot of work with individuals worldwide who really want to make a difference.
Excellent. Another question that came up, for what areas? So it's, I feel like it's missing, it might be missing the global, although you do mention international development organizations. And knowing you the way I know you, Patricia, and full disclosure, I am a proud member of one of the PBCs. Patricia has really challenged me to think more globally, and I thank you for that. I really do. So I'm wondering if you can talk a little bit about the global aspect.
Sure. Um, so the global aspect really is work that I love. I love working with people from other countries because we learn so much from them. And if you look in my statement, it says we bring together people from the North and the South to work from a new paradigm of work. So what happens is, when people come in from the US or so and from Africa or so, we learn from each other. That's one of the principles. We learn from each other. That my answer and my way of doing business could be improved as I sit there with Mary and as I sit there with Rogers and Christine and Elian and people from other countries that have very, very different perspectives than I do. Does that make sense, Mary?
Love it. Yes, I mean socially responsible businesses is where you've always leaned
Right.
into since I've known you, and we've known each other for some time now.
Long time.
Travis weighed in with conscious capitalism, which I think is spot on. What a great word.
It is.
Um,
Mhm.
so you help us, your beloved avatar, to practice conscious
Mhm.
capitalism. So
Mm.
when you do that, what
Mm.
happens?
Thank you for that. Who gave that, Trevor? Yeah,
Travis.
Travis. I think there's even a group here in DC um, that is called Conscious Capitalism. I'm not sure if everyone knows what that means. And the way I would interpret it is it means um, being a business owner uh, who makes money through their business, but doing it at a real conscious level, which reminds me of a past friend of mine in India who would always say we have to be consciously conscious, consciously conscious of how we're thinking and how we're doing. And yeah, that's a good word.
Yeah, that is really,
Um,
I think that's spot
uh-huh,
on. Thank you, Travis.
right.
Amazing. Peter's saying the North and the South may be read as the US only. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe, maybe we think more global, Patricia. Just
Right,
try that on a little bit.
right, right. Yeah, maybe just use the word global and not North and the South. Brings together a
Yeah.
global audience.
Yep. So
Yeah.
it's global, purpose driven. Tara, great ad. Solopreneurs, consultants, and international development organizations to practice conscious capitalism.
Hmm.
And then Travis is saying it's a movement. It's an international movement, doing well by doing good. Tomas is
Cool.
saying actualizing vision equals perhaps realize their vision.
I love that. It's a movement,
Yeah.
international movement. I in the past,
Yeah.
I know I've talked about it as a revolution. Uh, it
Yeah.
is a new paradigm. Yeah, where work isn't just about the bottom line, but one that nourishes both the bottom line and the human spirit. Oh, I like that, Amy. That's very good. You see that, Mary? What Amy wrote
Amy, Amy,
by
something to consider
bridging.
for the second sentence. By bridging the North and South, we foster a new paradigm of work, one that nourishes both the bottom line. Oh
Isn't
my
that
God,
good?
Amy. Ah, lucky you that Amy Ferguson's on this call. Storytelling is her jam.
Oh,
She's a former TV
oh
anchor.
yeah.
So lucky you,
Yeah, yeah.
Patricia.
Oh, huh.
That's awesome. So we're going to add
Yeah, and
that.
people seem to really
Amy,
say global's good. So instead of North and the South, bridging the global, what would we say here? Bridging a global audience, uh, global businesses. Well, and they aren't all businesses per se. I mean, some are nonprofits, some are government organizations. It could even be a country. It could be like a country of Senegal.
mm-hmm.
I'll do that. I'd love to work for the country of Senegal.
Yeah,
We're getting
excellent.
better and better.
So Tara loves global. Global is a good encapsulating
Yeah,
word.
global is good.
Yes.
Hmm.
I love the movement part. It is a movement,
Yeah, I
as
do.
Travis is
Yeah, I like that
mentioning.
too. Hmm.
Is there any suggestions on how we might be able to work that in? And maybe it's on a
National
movement to
movement, right?
practice. Yeah, it's on a movement. On a movement.
Doing well is doing good. And also Thomas actualizing vision perhaps or realize their vision. You see that, Mary? That's also
Hmm.
very
I
good. Yeah.
do. Yes. I worked that
Oh,
in,
good.
that realizing the vision, combining that with Amy's, both the bottom line and the human spirit,
Yes.
which it sounds like something you would
Yes,
say. Like
it
it
is.
sounds, because we've talked about how we've had transformation statements for you, but they didn't feel authentic.
Right. Yeah.
Peter's asking a great question. So what's the deliverable?
Uh-huh.
What is the deliverable, Patricia? If my socially responsible business works with you, and he's worked with many, what do you come
Yeah,
away with? What's the shift? What he's going
that's
right for the
that's fine.
transformation.
Good. Good.
What are your words?
You come away with new ideas to lingering problems. You come away with innovation, a different way to think about the way you do work. You come away with more courage, more confidence. Um, you come away with having worked with a community of like-minded people. You come away with challenging action steps. Um, and then also Andrew is saying here um, about conscious capitalism, but if I do not know you, what does partnering
Mhm.
with you help me do?
Yeah, and I mean, Andrew is spot
Mm,
on about that
right.
because what we're thinking is you're going to Africa in 2 months, and you'll be meeting with folks that have never met you before, and we are duty bound to give you a transformation statement that is going to blow them away,
Yes.
so that you can convert. Where folks say, "I want that," or or they they sort of identify you as the go-to.
Hmm.
That's what we
Yeah.
want for sure.
So it has to be very clear, Mary, very clear, understandable, no jargon, especially because it's global and people don't understand the
Yes.
American jargon. How could they? Why should they? I like this, what Amy's saying. By fostering global collaboration, we cultivate a new paradigm of work. Oh, that's nice, Mary.
Yeah.
Fostering global
Yeah.
collaboration, which is true, right? And we do
Mhm.
cultivate a
Mhm.
new paradigm of work. So Peter's responding that those words help you really understand the deliverables. Good, good.
Yay, yay. And that's it. That's exactly it. We want folks to understand because the work it is this is the great work of your life. This is at what you are the best in the world. And
Right,
more people need to know
right,
about it.
right.
Yeah. And it's big. Like it's really big
It's very
stuff.
big stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
My largest
Okay.
goal, and I know I've mentioned it to you, Mary, is to build purposeful business incubators in major regions of the world, because there are so many,
Yes.
especially young people in the world, that don't have good work. They don't have good work at all. And that
Yeah.
number is just growing, growing and growing and growing. And these here,
All right.
let's see, what else did I see?
So what we have is long. Um,
Yeah,
what we have is it's different. It certainly is different, but it is a
too
little
long.
bit
Yeah,
long. Yeah, and Tara's saying people need to know that their lives are going to change for the better,
right. Yeah, true.
for sure.
Yep, and they do. Pro. Oh, this is good. Implement conscious
It's weighing in. All right.
capitalism so they can grow sustainably. That's nice, isn't it? Increase their impact and align profit with purpose. Oh, that's very nice, Mary. We're getting some great feedback.
I know. That's why I love doing these.
You know, things do happen when there are more than one mind.
Yes.
And Terry said the solution needs to be clearer.
All right. We're going to ask you a giant favor here, Patricia.
Uh-huh.
Can you read this top piece for us? This Can you read this out loud so that we can hear it, and
Yeah.
then we'll start to unpack it again. So thank you, John. Getting some thumbs up from Travis and Tara and Amy. Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
So read it to us and we'll see how it lands.
Okay. First, I need to be able to see it, Mary.
Oh.
That would help. Oh, here we go.
That would absolutely help. Here we go.
But it's chopped.
Yeah.
It's a little chopped here. Can you
How
make it a
about that?
little larger? No. Let me. Uh, I can't quite see the beginning. Partner with.
How's that?
Oh, I partner. No, dear, make it a little bigger.
A little
Or maybe
bigger.
you can read it.
Yes, I will read
Yeah,
it. Not a
please.
problem.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. I
No
hope folks can
problem.
see it. So I partner with global purpose-driven solopreneurs, consultants, and international developed organizations in major regions of the world on a movement to
Oh.
practice conscious capitalism and cultivate a new paradigm of work so they can grow sustainably, increase their impact, and align profit with purpose. It's long. What do you think? And I'm going to go ahead and drop it into the chat. Thank you, Rebecca, for dropping that in there so folks can have a look.
Great. Partner with global purpose-driven solo entrepreneur in major regions of the world on the movement to practice
Is global and major regions of the world maybe redundant?
Let's see here. I can't see the bottom of the statement. Oh, the second part, right.
This part here. I'm going to drop that into the chat too. Here's the second part. It's a little bit of a delay, but it is coming in the chat.
Yep. Sustainably and cultivate a new paradigm of work so they have the courage to realize that vision, nourishing both the bottom line and the unit. Oh, that's really beautiful, Mary. So what were you saying? Is it
Yeah, so Andrew's traveled the world. So he's thinking that global and major regions of the world might be redundant. So maybe we'll just try this on. We can always add it back.
Yeah, I don't think we need the major regions of the world since we have global.
Okay, so you like global.
Yeah.
All right. So major regions of the world comes out. Great. Less words. Although Barb says it's not feeling too long, so we might be getting there. Yeah. Peter's saying let's try on taking out practice conscious capitalism and see how that goes. So you're partnering with I think we have the audience. I think we have the audience down.
Right.
On a movement
and we have
to
partner.
cultivate a new paradigm of work, which is true. And I can attest that I certainly have created a new paradigm of work. Yes.
Right. You're up to that big time, Mary.
Yeah. And when that new paradigm of work is created, these organizations grow sustainably, increase their impact, and align profit with purpose.
And Tomas says, is the movement happening already? What about to begin the movement?
What are your thoughts, Patricia? That's a great question.
Right. Let's see. What do we say here? Greater impact between purpose. Stephanie joined us. Did you see Mary?
Oh, I did, Stephanie. Oh, Stephanie actually dropped a suggestion into the chat. Thank you, Stephanie.
And she's a good one at this. How purposeful journalists embrace conscious capitalism, creating sustainable growth, greater impact, and alignment between. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's clear.
Yeah, I partner with conscious capitalists globally to create a new paradigm of work so they can grow sustainably, increase their impact, and align profits with purpose. Yes, we've got some good ones coming in here. John is saying to accelerate
the movement. Right. I like that. Accelerate the movement.
Yeah. So Tomas, it is underway. Tara likes Stephanie's. All right. Purpose-driven entrepreneurs to embrace conscious capitalism, to accelerate the movement to, we'll try that back on, embrace conscious capitalism, cultivate a new paradigm of work. And when they do that, they grow sustainably. They increase their impact. They align profit with purpose. And Peter's saying align profit with purpose describes conscious capitalism. Yes. So,
that's good, huh?
Yes.
That's great.
So Tara's stuck on conscious capitalism. So maybe aligning profit with purpose is landing the plane. So we have the concept there. I love the concept.
Now look at Jordan's, Mary, what he just popped in.
Yes, Jordan is saying, I see a transformation statement is twofold. Reinforces and empowers you, so you are excited about your uniqueness. Absolutely. And thus it can be a bit long. Then we sculpt it down to a shorter power phrase. Yes.
And Tara's saying she's stuck on this conscious capitalism.
Yes.
I don't know if that's the best wordage, the conscious cap, because people don't necessarily understand that.
Yes, but they do understand aligning profit with purpose, don't you think?
Right. Yeah. So that's a good line because it explains it. So therefore, we don't need to say conscious capitalism.
Yes. And Peter, I love that you are on this call because the way Patricia and I came to this day was exactly what you're saying. Is Patricia has these wonderful statements, like they're aspirational, they're lofty, they're phenomenal.
They're
but
not
folks
concrete.
How to engage? Like what do we buy from you? Like how do we engage?
Right.
Yeah.
Peter's right on with that. It's a little lofty.
Yes. So for the linear folks who want to know how they can hire you, let's try this on again. Can I drop? I'm going to drop this into the chat, and then we want to hear it in your voice, Patricia.
Right.
So Rebecca's going to drop this in the chat. Thank you, Rebecca. Here it comes.
Now I see this. Okay, here we go. I partner with global purpose-driven solo entrepreneurs, consultants, and international development organizations to accelerate the movement. Let's see here. Accelerate the movement to cultivate. That's a little clumsy here. Cultivate a new paradigm of work so they can grow sustainably, increase their impact, and align profit with purpose. Accelerate the movement. Cultivate a new paradigm. I don't know.
There it is on the screen. Thank you, Rebecca. Okay, we've got it there. Is your movement, Patricia, to align profit with purpose? Is that really the movement?
Well, it's to align profit, purpose, and the planet. The 3 P's: profit, purpose, and. But where it stands right now, it's not concrete enough, I don't think, Mary.
Exactly. Yes. And Andrew he's dialing in on that.
Yeah.
He's saying it's excellent to run the business in a way that's profitable and ethical. So we might we might want to consider that language, ethics. And a couple of folks are saying too, Patricia, that solopreneurs, consultants, international development organizations might be a lot to say.
Yeah.
Could we try on global purpose-driven change makers?
That's interesting.
Could try that on.
Yeah, that could be anyone.
Let's try that on. Yeah.
Oh, I like that, Mary.
That's all Amy. That's Amy. Thank you, Amy.
Maybe global. Put the word global in front of that.
We have global purpose-driven change makers as your audience.
Right.
Yeah.
To accelerate the movement,
Hmm.
activate.
To align profit, purpose, and planet.
Mm-hmm.
And when we do that, when your proteges do that, what happens?
You sort of open up a whole new world in which you can work,
Hmm.
because then anything goes. You're not confined by a state or a country, or you're going for the stars.
Hmm.
You're going for something that you've never done before, beyond what you've already done.
Hmm.
Global change makers instead of, oh, right, right, right. Yeah, we're doing that one, right, Mary? The global change makers.
Yes. So Stephanie's saying we might not need purpose driven, and it is in your company name too. So let's try that on. So you
That's
partner with
true.
global change
Mm-hmm.
makers to accelerate the movement to align profit, purpose, and planet. This is so very different from
Mm-hmm.
the transformation statement you started with. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Very, very different. Much,
We
much
have about 5 minutes left before we wrap up
better.
for our hour. Didn't it go fast? Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
right.
So
Uh,
when
change
these global change makers
of
accelerate that
global.
movement,
And see, Stephanie's saying change makers are purpose driven by
mhm,
definition. Ah, so we don't need purpose driven. Do you see that?
I do. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We can try that on.
To align profit driven by purpose.
There we go.
Ah, and then what? What else are we saying?
Purpose, profit, and planet. I think it's the order I think Tomas is saying, which is
Mm.
is
Oh, uh-huh.
great.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Peter's saying yes, absolutely.
Is it concrete enough though? Um,
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to kind of tease out
yeah,
is what do we get what do we
right.
get when we work with you? What's the transformation? What's the change?
You get a change to mindset, perception, a bigger, broader view of who you are in the world. Um, ideas, partnerships. I'm just sort of throwing out words here.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, one point, Mary, I was always asking clients what are the three words that really define themselves, and mine was always unity, community, and possibilities.
Hmm.
That those were the three things that I really did and stood for, and unity, community, possibilities.
Unity, tell me this again. It is
Unity,
unity,
community,
community, and
and
possibilities.
possibilities.
All right. Beautiful words, wonderful words.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Um, Peter's, and it's all true. So Peter's asking,
Mm-hmm.
do you gain the tools to rethink the way I work?
Uh, yeah, the tools, because we do have these seven evolutionary tools, Mary,
Oh, there we go.
which we've
Yes.
rather left out. So people do gain the tools to
Yes.
rethink the way they work. That's good, Peter. Thank you for catching that.
Yes. I'm going to just try this on. I took out the word partner. I'm just trying this on. We can change it
Mm-hmm.
back. I equip global change makers with tools
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to
Right.
accelerate the movement to align purpose, profit, and planet. So they cultivate a new paradigm of work and grow sustainably. Peter,
Mm-hmm.
yes, yes, yes,
Mm-hmm. So can you put that up, Mary?
I can. I'm going to ask you to read it in
Yep.
just a second. So let me grab it and I'm going to have Rebecca drop it into the chat. Rebecca is the bomb running the show behind the scenes.
Oh, and I like what John just said. Expand your connectedness, your audience, and your opportunities to grow your business mission. Huh. That's
Very
true.
nice.
Expand your connectedness
Yeah.
or your audience. I could grow to.
Yeah. Love it, John. Thank you.
Oh, I like that. So they
All
cultivate a
right.
new paradigm
So
of work.
at
Oh,
12:49:13, go ahead and read that, Patricia, in the chat from Revealing Genius. This is where we stand. This
uh-huh.
is our last round before we wrap up in a minute.
So I equip global change makers with tools to accelerate the movement to align purpose, profit, and planet. So they cultivate a new paradigm of work and grow sustainably. Wow.
What do we think? Any thoughts? Any last thoughts?
Yeah. Anyone want to weigh in on that? Stephanie, Jordan, Tara, what do you guys think? Andrew, I like the equipped, Mary. Global
Mm-hmm.
change makers, yep, with tools, yep, to
Mm-hmm.
accelerate the movement, yep, to align purpose, profit, and planet. So they cultivate a new paradigm of work and grow sustainably. I like
Stephanie likes it a lot.
that. Yay.
All right. Well, why don't we're going to pause there. Any
Love
final call? Anybody else?
this. It's a modern perspective to your old statement. You're right, Stephanie. Like that.
Yeah,
Much
let's look at this
improved.
just for fun. Let's
Oh
look
my
at this side by side.
goodness.
I mean, this is
Wow.
amazing. So this
Yeah.
is where you started on the left-hand side.
Yeah. I was going to say, do we even want to look at that, Mary? Uh,
Yes, and a couple things to take away. Tara's saying she likes it, but maybe we have another look at to accelerate the move to align. So maybe, maybe it's something like I equip global change makers with tools
mm-hmm.
to align purpose, profit, and planet. Yeah? Andrew's saying the movement is not quite
Jordan,
sure about it. Yeah.
right. And what Jordan said, that her deliverables have been inspiration, great ideas, expansive thinking. I like that, Jordan. Transform
Expansive thinking.
into
Yeah.
aligned, tangible services for my clients. That's good too. Jordan
Nice job, Jordan. I almost feel like
making,
that.
yeah, there's something here, Mary, in what he's saying. Because it is about inspiration, great ideas, expansive thinking. Yes, that's concrete.
Yeah.
And to translate all of that into tangible services for my clients.
Oh, and Andrew's making a great point about, I mean, gosh, you're one of the few people I know that can speak Afghanistan, the Afghan language.
No, I can't speak. What is it? It's they have two main languages:
Yes.
Pushtu, and
Mhm.
getting the other one.
Yes. So I think here's where we landed is, are you able to see that, or should I drop it into the chat?
Put it in the chat.
I will. I will
Yeah.
drop it in the chat. We're going to have you read it one more time. I think we've made great progress. I think we've made great progress.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've really changed it around. So
Yep.
Rebecca's going to drop that one last time. Oh, Andrew's saying Pashto in Afghan.
Ah, right.
All right, at 12:53:13, this is where we ended up. Could you go ahead and read that for us, Patricia? Do us that favor.
Yeah. I equip global change makers with tools to align purpose, profit, and planet. So they expand their thinking, cultivate a new paradigm of work, and grow sustainably.
Ding.
Yes, I like the expand their thinking.
Yeah, it's
That is a
almost
big
like
part.
there's three. The mind remembers threes.
Yes.
All right. Was this a useful exercise, Patricia?
Oh my goodness. Everyone should get a chance to do this, Mary.
It
Really, really.
is great fun. And words cannot express how grateful I am for everyone to be on the call. Um, one final way in, expand their perspective, I think
That
is
is
worth adding.
good.
Tomas,
Yes.
yes, 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 yes. The
Yes,
11th
it
hour. Andrew saying
is.
much improved, looks
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So we're going to go ahead and send that to you, Patricia. Obviously, thank you everyone on the call, and just a couple quick things
Where's the
before we go.
Oxford comma at?
Yes,
Where does that comma go?
the comma. Oh, I'm sorry. We'll go back. So
Oh,
they expand their perspective, comma, cultivate a new paradigm of work. Should there be a comma there? And grow sustainably.
oh, no
Yeah.
one likes to be told they're not thinking.
That's right, Tomas.
That's
Well
right.
said. Yeah. Expand their perspective. That is a great 11th hour ad. Wonderful. Love
Yeah,
it, love it, love it.
yeah.
All right. Well, Patricia,
Oh my,
pretty amazing, huh? Before and after?
pretty amazing.
Pretty amazing. I know. I love doing this process. So here's the next
Yeah.
steps. So now you've got it. Now what do you do with it? Like Peter's saying, it's not quite there yet. So we want to try it on. So we
Right,
wanted to get it to a place where you could iterate it until it resonates.
right.
So we invite
Yeah.
you to get formal, informal feedback. And what we've learned
Mhm.
along the way after doing this for years is you only need to ask 3 questions. Send it to your beloved avatar and or your inside
Mm. Mhm.
inside advisors and
Yeah,
ask
I
them, is it
will.
clear? Is it concise? And is it compelling? And
Mhm.
you're going to get unbelievable
Right.
feedback on just those 3 things. And folks only need to take 5 minutes and you're going to be able to finesse it.
Mhm.
We do these often. And we have 3 more scheduled for the rest of the year for folks on the call
Mhm.
who are not Revealing Genius clients. All Revealing Genius clients have access to these complimentary. So the way to get in, because this is the only live session we're doing, the way to get in is to become a client, join our summit,
Mhm.
download the course, jump into the mastermind sphere, take a look at some one-to-ones, and then you will get access to these executive roundtables, which have been really, really beneficial. You can find
Mhm.
everything on revealinggenius.com. And then also, if you haven't subscribed yet and you like this type of content, make sure you not only subscribe, but hit that notification bell, and then you
Mhm.
will be alerted of new content as we go ahead and drop it. So everyone, thank you for
Yeah,
being here on the
thank you.
call.
Love it.
Patricia, thank you
You're
for
welcome.
sharing your transformation statement.
Mhm.
Our wish for you is to leave your mark. Everyone on
Ah,
this call,
thank
as
you.
a subject
Yeah.
matter expert, our wish for you is to capture hearts and minds so that you have 7th generation impact. And our wish for you is to achieve fulfillment, fully engaged in the great work of your life. That's what we want for everybody on the call. So until next time,
Mhm.
we certainly appreciate you and thank you for the gift of co-creation.
And thank you, Mary.
Pleasure.